New tonight, a historic guilty verdict in the trial of Hayden Berkebile. That Indiana man is now behind bars, guilty of encouraging a Knoxville teenager to shoot herself for his viewing pleasure. It is the first time a Tennessee jury has convicted someone for someone else's suicide. 10 News reporter Cole Sullivan joins us and tracked this case gavel to gavel. You have more on that decision and reaction tonight, Cole.
As the jury's verdict was read, John, Hayden Berkebile closed his eyes slightly and then reopened them, but otherwise didn't show any reaction. The family of Grace Ann Sparks, on the other hand, had a strong reaction. Her mother, Candace Sparks, began crying, and then there weren't very many dry eyes after the court adjourned today, as prosecutors and investigators all began tearing up and hugging each other after all the hard work on this case. Grace Ann's mother, Candace, tells me that she believes this is justice for her daughter.
I am kind of bittersweet. It's a moment where Gracie's getting some justice. It doesn't change anything. She's still gone.
It was a hard case. Thousands and thousands of graphic, explicit, and sometimes violent Facebook messages exchanged between Hayden Berkebile and Grace Ann Sparks were read aloud in court. The investigator traveled to Indiana to arrest Hayden Berkebile back in 2020, in February of 2020. That's how long this case has been percolating in the justice system. And John, both sides worked hard on this, they say.
Cole, indeed. Let's talk about earlier today. Lawyers made their final pitch to the jury. What can you tell us about those closing arguments and the impact they may have had on jurors?
John, the defense said that they urged the jury in those closing arguments to carefully consider every aspect of the case, and it appears like they did. The jury took 4 hours to deliberate on just this one charge. The jury's decision comes after hours of deliberation and final arguments from the lawyers.
He got her one last time to play a dangerous game that ended her life.
The prosecution says Berkebile groomed Sparks for years and preyed on her when she was most vulnerable, encouraging her to pull the trigger.
If you all think that that's unjustifiable, you have everything you need to return a guilty verdict.
His lawyers say the 19-year-old decided to take her own life. They describe Berkebile as damaged, but not in control. And they argued he shouldn't be held responsible for her actions. And again, the jury found Berkebile guilty on that one charge of criminally negligent homicide. He was remanded into custody by the judge. He'll remain in custody until his sentencing on June 30th. And late today, the DA's office says they plan to ask the judge to ensure his entire time is sentenced to him spending that 1 to 2 years, the DA office says, behind bars. John.
Cole Sullivan with the very latest downtown. Thank you, Cole.